everyone. My name is Hien Nguyen, as you know, and you can call me Vivian. I want to use my name is Vivian. And nice to meet all of you here today. My speak title today is SAPP concept. I will have two main ideas. First, what is SAPP concept and how I apply it to public speaking. And I hope with that I can share a little bit about myself, what I love, and why I'm standing here today. Okay, and now come to SAPP concept. It stands for simple, new, and peace. And right now I'm a mom of two daughters, lovely daughter, and this my word. And it's simple. I enjoy every moment of my life. The laughter, the funny, the silly story of my kids, the nice picture, and maybe the cup of coffee every morning, and a quiet moment I have, and maybe the beauty in tiny things. And with me, simplicity is the beautiful thing, and I really love it, and I bring it to me with new. I love exploring new things. I love to visit some new place, reading different books, different type of music, and different news stories. And I find that our life is an adventure, and I want to discover every corner of our life. And the last word is peace. And previous meeting we talked about VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. And we find that our world so busy and something chaotic. So I value that camp will come from peaceful mind and environment. So once again, I try to bring it to my personal life, and I want to share it to people around me. Come to public speaking. I believe that I bring our concept, SAPP concept, with me. I find that I believe that honest and simple communications is the good way to touch people and easy to understand. And like a cup of coffee, I want my words like this, familiar and friendly. The new thing is very important. Like maybe I will share you my journey. I will got your experience. I will share my idea. You will share with me your different point of view. And maybe, and that's it, the way we exchange each other. And at a time we will find something new. And the last, when our world lack of peace, and I find that with public speaking is the good way to share, to spread the positive message, inspire people, and send connection. And I find the touch point when I attend the previous meeting of our club. And that's the reason I'm standing here and become official member of Toastmasters Club. And thank you, Miss Thoa, and thank you, Thang, encouraged me to have icebreaker. And thank you everybody for listening. Thank you.
Does that sound familiar for you? Yeah, actually the video is a lot longer, but because we don't have enough time. So I will try to sum up a little bit for you guys. The guy in the video, he stayed up until 3 a.m. in the morning, just think about the ham sandwich that he made, but nobody laughed. Yeah, and the more he think about it, the more and more embarrassing moments, memories like that keep coming back. And if you are an overthinker, you will understand this cycle well, right? This cycle sucks our energy, make us exhausted. And believe me, I used to be a huge overthinker before, and I struggle with it a lot. And in this speech today, I'm gonna share with you like 3 ways that help me to stop overthinking and get back living my life. The first method, underthinking, drift. Overthinking, right. Whenever I become overthinking, I always try to write it down on paper so that I can see the whole picture, what's going on in my head. And in my writing, I usually use the 5 why technique. This is how I do it. First of all, I will identify the problem, and then I ask myself why 5 times. This technique helped me to find out the root cause of my problem. And you guys can ask yourself other questions as well. For example, after defining my problem, I ask myself, why is it happening to me? How does I feel about it? And I ask myself, why does it bother me? Why do I think so? Is it true? Are there any reason else? And I keep asking myself like that until I find the root cause for my problem and I deal with it. Believe me, when your main problem is solved, your current feeling, your current problem will disappear. And the similar thing that happened to you in the future won't bother you anymore. Right? The second method is I practice this concept in Stoic philosophy. There are things that are within our power and things far outside our power. You can understand it this way. There's something that you can control, fully control, like our thoughts and our actions. But there are something that we cannot control at all, like what people think of us, or how or where we were born. And there are something that we can control partially, such as examination or maybe the Toastmasters contest is coming, right? We cannot decide the result of the contest, but the thing that we can do is we can try our best to maximize the score within our ability at that time. So knowing what we can control and what we cannot control, we can put our focus and energy on the things we can control and release all things outside our control, out of our head, so that we will have space and peace in our mind. And the third method, which is the last one. So the last method, I keep myself being busy with meaningful activities. So in general, most people tend to ruminate and overthink when they are alone, or they don't have anything to attract their attention. So if it's so difficult to redirect your thoughts back to present, let's try to do something more helpful. Like you can do exercise or do sports. That's good for your health. Or maybe you can find like new community for you as well. And you can do it to enrich your knowledge, or you can have quality time with your favorite people to enhance meaningful connection. And distraction is not what I recommend, because when you scroll in Facebook and TikTok, it can temporarily stop overthinking. But after that, you may feel guilty. You may even more overthink than before, because now you think of, oh my God, I lost so much time for nothing, right? So just focus on things that matters. These 3 methods save me from days of misery and stuck inside my own head. When I can quiet down my head, it opens up my heart, and I can hear and feel what I truly wanted. And I sincerely hope that it can do the same thing with some of you guys here today. Thank you.
I used to look at my friends and I admire them so much. You see, I had a lot of amazing and talented friends. They co-founded non-profit organizations, they led a team of talented people, they inspired people, and most importantly, they took initiatives to make changes. And sometimes that made me question about my ability, made me question about myself. Can I ever just be like them? And when can I do things like them? So if you're someone who's like me, having a bit of self-doubt with your ability when you compare with other people, no worry, because today I'm going to share with you my 3 lessons that I learned from my project planning that I'm going to share in this presentation. Last December, I and some of my amazing EXCO team members in HCM Toastmasters Club organized a meetup event for both Toastmasters in our community and also for the people outside the community. The sole purpose of this event is for the people to connect with each other and get their ideas shared among the crowd. After the event ended, some of our Toastmasters approached me and responded positively. I could not imagine that people were so open to talk and to share, and even some of the guests, I heard from them, they expressed their interest in becoming our members. In retrospect, I consider that as quite decent, successful event. So that's why today I want to take out the 3 elements that have made up the execution of the event and potentially the success of the event. First thing is the power of networking. So when you think of networking, what pops up in your mind? So in the context of Vietnam, people may say networking is about deceiving other people. What does it mean by deceiving? You put on a face, you talk well, communicate well with other people so that you could achieve your selfish purpose. It's about deceiving, it's about yourself. But I think that's an unsustainable way to approach networking. For me, I put it this way. Networking is about curiosity. It's about leaning in the conversations, asking questions when you don't understand, when you feel like, oh, this is interesting, tell me more. And I must admit with you guys, the project that I've just shown you last September, it wasn't from my idea. It was from some of our members here in Toastmasters. I had a talk with Matt Singer. He is one of our top commute Toastmasters. He shared with me about how our Toastmasters here in the club are so comfortable on the stage, so comfortable with the people here, so many familiar faces that they don't take their public speaking skills to the next level. So he suggested there must be something to do here. Someone gonna throw them out there to the companies, to the campaigns, so that they can challenge themselves and grow much better. As he even shared with me about how much benefits all the first year in Toastmaster community receive the benefits and how much it can help other people out there. There must be something sharing. And I was listening and I thought, yeah, nobody has ever done that. Quite an interesting idea. But that idea was just like a seed that is planted in the ground. I don't know how am I gonna do it? What am I gonna do about it? When am I gonna do it? What resources does it take? So I let it pass for some time. And that brings me to the second point. Quantitative change leads to qualitative change. In Vietnamese, that means thay đổi về chất dẫn đến thay đổi về lượng. That means thay đổi về chất sẽ dẫn đến thay đổi về lượng.
Thay đổi về lượng với thay đổi về chất.
Okay. That's my way of thinking. So, what does that mean? So it means that when you accumulate your thinking about something, about an idea enough, you begin to change. So when you feel like, oh, I have talked enough, I have interacted with a lot of people and these ideas just coming to me, and I feel like enough, I gotta do something about it, then you begin to change. And there are some amazing benefits when you get interactive with the ideas. A lot of times. You see, when you talk to people, different people here, about the same idea, it just has a different feeling. And I haven't told you about how I met Max long ago. He actually invited me, after the conversation we had with him, he invited me to a networking event. And I joined in the networking event and I find that, oh, this is so much helpful for me. I learned just in a few hours, I learned a lot more than I learned in class, just by talking to people. And that inspired me to do something. And now the ideas kind of bloom, it's starting to bloom. And I could now envision what I do and how I'm gonna do it. But that's just motivation. It's not enough. There's still one missing element. And that is, start with why. Why start with why? I'm gonna let this quote. A gathering starts long before guests walk through the door. That means all the preparation must be done before the event begins. So, what is that preparation? I put a lot of effort into crafting the purpose, the sense of meaning, why this event takes place, and I try to give out 3 to 4 different reasons why people come to our meeting. And it's just so important. With all of these 3 elements I've just mentioned to you, I believe that no challenge could be insurmountable to overcome. Thank you.
I recently ran into a video from a famous actor named Terry Crews. And he said one thing that really struck me as really important. But I will start with the first half of what he said. And I'll save the best part of his for the end. He said that we are like Legos. Have you ever used Lego before?
Yes.
Have you ever built with Lego? Try to create a structure that you're really, really proud, put everything together, only for it to be knocked down and shattered everywhere. What did you feel? It's not a good feeling, isn't it? And that's what we are too. We are Legos. Our whole journey as we're growing up, we are trying to build our life with the pieces that we have. But throughout our lives, we will be constantly get knocked over. And we will shatter. And we will be broken. That was the feeling that I felt for a very, very long time. I remember back in 9th grade, I was just a kid trying to fit in with my group of friends. And I just felt myself a very anxious and scared kid. I feel that I was never able to blend in. And I feel that I'm always that negative Nancy. Because at that time, I keep feeling that everything is against me. There is no good thing in life. And there's nothing good for me. And because of that, all of my friends also see that. And sometimes they also call me that I'm a broken person. And broken person cannot be fixed. And that was one of the darkest days that I've ever felt. So do you ever feel that? Have you ever tell yourself that you are broken? Please your hand if you've ever think about that. Overwhelmingly. And as my life, I'm always trying to build everything together. And my mindset back in the day is to always what? Is to, if there's a complete version of myself that has been given to me, that if I keep rebuilding it exactly the same way, then I should be complete. But unfortunately, like Legos, it's not that perfect. Once we drop it, pieces go missing. Sometimes you find pieces from not where you expected, or completely different pieces from somewhere else. But now it all comes to you again, with that pile sitting there, staring at it. I just don't know what to do. But that's when I still try to constantly rebuild. And that leads to that quote that Terry Crews said. Terry Crews' final words in that short video is that you are not broken. You're just not finished. And that really resonated with me a lot. Because that is exactly how things are. We will constantly be breaking down, but we will constantly have to be the one building it with whatever pieces we have. Whether it's a small one or a big piece, even when things change, we don't stop building. Because that's just how it is. And that also makes us think that broken is never a bad thing. Broken is just incomplete. We have the potential for greatness. We may not see it yet, but it's always there. So that's has been my constant journey to constantly rebuild myself, pieces by pieces, even if some pieces have been gone, but somehow I will always find new pieces, and I will happily accept those new pieces and use them to continue to building the sculpture that was me. Because ultimately, our vision for who we are is also incomplete. Because we will never know exactly who we are until we keep building to the very end. And that's what lives are. Just a bunch of Lego pieces waiting to be put back together again and again and again. So my friends, whenever you feel that you're broken, remember, you are not broken. You're just incomplete. So keep building, and whatever result come out will be the most beautiful sculpture that you have ever created. Back to you.
One of the most impressive part in Thang speech, that is, she's introduced for us a very new, beautiful concept that stands for herself. So, do you remember what is that concept? Exactly, SNP. So, do you guys still remember it word stand for what? S stand for simple, very new, and P. Wow, a great listener. Wow. So thank you. You make everyone remember about yourself. Very good. So a big round of applause for Thang Yen. The first purpose of Thang Yen's match, everyone know you clearly. Next one, Thang Yen's speech have a very clear structure in the speech. She starts with introduce herself, who she is. And next, he's introduced for us the concept that is the guiding line, that is look like the guiding her life. And she makes it very clear by many examples. Then the next one, and maybe the end, she ends by the reason why she was here, and she expressed the gratefulness for all the people that support her in her journey. So, I have to say that as a very clear structure that make everyone easy to understand and to follow. And the next one, she's very good at the eye contact. She's like a very confident speaker. She looked at you guys, and she contact with all of us by her eyes. The next one, she also used the comparison maybe to visualize her point of view. For example, like life is a cup of coffee, and I just want my words like this. The comparison is very good way for maybe all you guys can apply that in your speech. Just a very very small note in Thang speech, because it's a just because the stage is very big, so I myself just encourage you to take use of the stage more. Maybe you have 3 new concepts and you can illustrate that by changing your position. First is new, second is like simple, and the last one is like that. Well, take the stage, and next one, take use of your body language. Use your hand gesture more to emphasize important point. Yeah, and the last but not least, I just encourage you to be louder, speak louder, because louder make everyone understand that you are confident and you are energetic. So in general, I believe that Toastmasters Thang did breaks the ice in the heart of everyone. Thank you.
So hello everyone, so I'm Toastmaster Harley, and now I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Thoa speech. So I think that Toastmaster Thoa is a very great job. Do you agree with me? And now I will explain what aspect did she do well. So her speech is about how I stop overthinking, and by that she give us videos, and then she also give us a lot of steps, a lot of ways in order for us to stop the overthinking. So I really interesting about at the beginning of her speech, because she showed the videos and it's very vivid and everyone can relate it to it. And I think that her content is very great, because I sit at the back, and when she give us the slide, I see that a lot of people have put their phone and they take a picture. So I think that there's nothing much to say about her content. And besides, I really love her tone. Like her low voice and her speech is very slow, so that makes when she talk about all the solutions and everything, like I can feel that it's very easy to build the trust for the audience. Well, in terms of improvement, I want to see more in your acting. Like when you say about, like, instead of just thinking like, am I doing right, or am I is the right or wrong thing? So like you just tell us about your thinking. But like I want to challenge you, like to really do some acting about it. Like, is this right? Am I doing it right? What should I do? Like something like that. And I want to, like, you raise your voice and you can make your speech a little bit faster in order to make us feel like you're stuck with that overthinking mess. So the next time I will really challenge you to, like, use the acting technique in your speech in order to make everything more vividly. So that's all about my evaluation. Thank you.
My name is Hien, and I'm going to evaluate for Toastmaster Thang Nguyen with the topic 3 lessons I learned from project managing. And do you remember 3 lessons? The first lesson is
the power of
power of networking. The second, and the last one is start with why. So with his speech, I learned and really love 2 steps, for my opinion. It's make the speech successful. And the first step is well prepared. I have to say that Toastmaster Thang Nguyen have a good preparation for his speech, because as you know that all of you remember the structures is very clear and easy for us to understand and to follow him. And so the second I want to mention about the tip is start strong. Did you remember that the picture he showed us? Yeah, it's an event, and I did remember that event because it's a memorable event in my life. Yeah, I'm a sticker of that event. Yeah, it's a cozy place, and I'm sure some of people, Toastmasters here, are really interested in that event because Toastmaster Thang Nguyen, he is the person who lead the event, and he and his team create that event very successfully, and this make him very persistent and to persuade every people here to believe the true and the real story is bring to us. And the third one is be conversational. Yeah, we all can see his body language is very good, and eye contact. He looked all people all around the room, and to see that all people here are engaged with him, and that make his performance so natural and so comfortable. And the last one I want to see is he speak with passion, because on with the speak is a lesson he share with us, but actually is he stay with that lesson, live with them, sleep with them, and we can see many. We can feel that he's sad or he happy or afraid of that, so that he bring the emotion to the speak, and I think it's very successfully. And just one point I want to mention is that maybe because the time is limited, so that the conclusion is so short, I want to hear more about this. Okay, thank you so much for this.
This is the way that Madame God traveled by the world by many people of his friends back in Canada, right? And I believe that this is not only Panda, but also many of us experience that traumatic feeling. Well, I believe that there is nothing better than a living room. And also, love conquer the world. And genuine conquer every hurt. Well, I believe that your story is a pretty simple story. However, just like the way that you say that our life is like Lego, you pick very smart block. The first one, the context about your life back in your 19 years old. You express it out with full of your heart, with the genuine that you want to let other people feel about your story. Imagine it, vivid, with all of their imagination, and feel your pain. Also, relook at our traumatic feeling in the past. So, I believe that your channel can touch a lot of people's heart in this meeting. And well, it just get us involved fully in your speech. And I believe that no one here can lift their eye out of your speech. That is your very good point. The second one, your eyes, you look every audience with your carefulness, with all, and you let everyone feel that you don't leave anyone behind. You let everyone feel that, okay, you are here to empower everyone and help us to rebuild the success pieces. Just like this one, to be the new thing. You can see that this one is not a spoon anymore. You cannot use it to scoop anything. It's very hard to do so. However, with another vision, with another perspective, you can try to rebuild it into a new thing. Just like what I'm trying to do here is building a house from this piece of wood. Just imagine that this is a house that we are building, that we are trying to complete it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that is how the motto, the lesson that Panda want to give us today. And I think that this is a successful one, a Surefire. So, this is